anybody has the same presentation? Next. So this is our table content. We're gonna start with introduction and we'll end with recommendation and references. So as we know that iamfree2 is a free company, and this is the busiest city in Australia, Sydney. So this company provides free services to the people. So for the introduction in this presentation, I'll tell you how we made in questionnaires and how we collected a survey, and we did all the behalf on the company. So different methods have been taken into consideration so that we could get different responses from the people. Both qualitative and quantitative methods have been taken into consideration. So we did email surveys, we did face-to-face interview, we did whatever we can. We actually worked hard on this presentation. Questionnaire is prepared and distributed to the tourists. So what we did for the questionnaire, we prepared a questionnaire and we went to the Australian Museum. We stand outside and we print a paper and we was handing out to the people, and we tried our best, and some people did stop and give us a good response. We did that, and content analysis is also being done on the basis of qualitative method. The survey has been made in keeping into evaluation for further development and improvement. So we did a survey, we made a questionnaire, we got a lot of responses, and on the basis of that, we could make more development and more improvement for the company and free walking tools. The questionnaire, as I before told, questionnaire has been made and been distributed to the group of people. So research methodologies. Research methodologies refers. What does it refers to? It refers to a number of methods and ideas taken into consideration for extractions of result and responses. So we did two methodologies, primary and secondary. So primary helps in deriving direct response from the customers, which includes online surveys, face-to-face surveys, mails, etc. Secondary research method help in using, like, secondary is it's kind of data what we get after doing a survey from internet, customer database, etc. And we use qualitative and quantitative methods both for the extraction of responses. Quantitative methods are the most appropriate method for this service because we made a questionnaire, and in quantitative method for driving the first-hand data questionnaire has been prepared and distributed people thought. So I'll talk about both qualitative and quantitative research methodologies. So qualitative basically helps us in driving solution, different ideas and opinions to the problem. These are presented in the form of video, audio and images. Quantitative methods are used in the solution to the problem in an appropriate manner. The data is presented, so quantitative, whatever result we got from the quantitative, we have a data which is represented in a numeric facts and figure. So whatever data we collected, we tried making some graph so that we could get some better result and we can explain in a better way. So quantitative method are used in iamfree2. So we did all this to get a different reaction regarding the services which can be provided to them. So this helps in evaluating the reaction of tourists in operative method, and the data is also presented in numerical form in the facts and figure. So next, Amrit will continue with the presentation.
Simple method, quantitative method has been taken into consider for the elevation to data free walk to, and simple method help in to get the best result from the large tourist iamfree to walk tour. It's cover the large area to help the elevating the response of large tourists, and a sample size has been take out from the large population that showing the characteristic of the large tourist. From the tourist, the sample size taken from around 20 questions are asked to the tourist people.
So this is what our questionnaire was like. That was a questionnaire we tried. We printed out like 20 to 25. We have 20 questions in it, and we went there outside Australian Museum trying to hand it out them, and whosoever was in, we tried helping out.
And the survey considered to Australian Museum every age group, and people make their visit timely questionnaire. Under the questioning method has the best approach, use the elevation response to tourist industry to survey through questionnaire. The questionnaire has been prepared, the carry 20 question and distribute the people to I am free walk to. And the question asked to the tourist through the face-to-face interview and by email. And this helped to grab the direct response from the tourist who is the visit on the around the Sydney Museum. And this method we get the direct response from people, and there have the so many different age, different type age people and different countries. We get the evaluation result and question answer. And
So next Abbas will continue with the graphs.
Hi, as my friend told you about I will like that as we did the survey outside the Museum of Sydney, we have prepared the 20 questions and we did the from the 20 tourists. And the main focus of our questions were at what hotel they are staying at, how did they find about the tour, if yes, then why did you choose the I am free walking tour. So from the conclusion of that, from the questions we find that the age group was below 20 was 30% who participated in our survey, 21 to 25 was 20%, and 35 to 50 was 35%, and the people who above 50 are 15%.
So the funny fact was like the people who was like less than 20, they wasn't that interested in that. But but they were stopping and trying to answering the question, but they have something new, there's somebody standing, they're just consuming their time. The very good answer was given by the people who was like between 35 and 50, and they actually showed the interest in it.
So the genders, the most of the persons are the males who participated in our survey. That is approximately 50%. Females was 30%, and some people do not want to say, and other who are either not male and female are 5%. And what hotel they are staying at? Most of the people said that they are staying at the Sang Hotel Sydney. 30% of the people are staying in that hotel. In the Great Southern Hotel, 20% of the people was staying, and the QT Sydney was 35%. Establishment Hotel 10%, and the minimum was staying in the Radisson Blu Plaza Hotel Sydney because it is one of the expensive hotel of the Sydney. How did they find about the tour? Most of the people said that they find about through the television, from the advertisement, and after followed by the 25% of the social media. As the youngsters, most of the youngsters use the Facebook, Instagram, so and the I am free walking tour always update their advertisement on the tours so that the tourists who comes to the Australia, they can know about them. And 15% by the friends, and minimum was a relative. And have you heard any other free company too? Free tour company in Sydney? If yes, then why did they choose the I am free tour? 35% of the people said because it's a reliable package. And how can we say it is a reliable package? Because it's totally free, and the people can plan their budget in a people can plan their visit in a budget. So 30% of due to the cost, and 20% tour guide, and 15% for the management.
Content analysis, will continue.
So as my friends told about how we use the questionnaires for asking for deriving the data, the primary data from about how they feel about Sydney in a free walking tour. So now is the content analysis. So content analysis helps in making the analysis and interpretation of data in an adequate manner. So the oral communication, that's the best way to ask the question to people, because sometimes we have a lot of questionnaires and we ask the question so they answer straight away, so that's the right answer that they said. So some go into the deep thinking, so is the main so the content analysis main purpose is to make the conversation of a quality data into a quantitative data. This makes it easy to understand and evaluate the data. So evaluation. So the sampling method has been used in deriving the data from the tourists. So that helps to response from the large populations. As my friend said, we got 20 the normal questions we asked them, and they answer. So the direct response that helps in taking corrective measures in the free walking tours. The analysis helps in finding out the deviation in the hospitality industry. As people from different countries have different views about visiting a place, they have different reasons to come over here. So our 20 questions just help us to find the different thinking about how they visit Sydney, what they think about the museum, what they come from. They have to do some work research, why they come here. So the questionnaires helps in deriving a data firsthand that is primary in nature. So what the personal thinking they think about the place they visited. So the research product make the depiction and interpretation of data in I am free walking tours. So the next one is the conclusion. So our presentation shows that the how was the real like use of a qualitative data and a quantitative data in an appropriate way that helps in finding the reason for people why they like, why they visited, why they spend too much on a place they visited, why they come so far from their own country. So this helps in driving responses from the people and help the collective actions for the future. So we can keep in mind what they don't like about Australia or the place they visited, and can in the future for future development we can put a change on that location or how to make the people feel comfortable over there. So this survey method has been used in research for driving the reactions. So the different people, tourists have different reactions to answer the question. Some answer straight away, some go in a deep thinking, they want interested, they want to share their experience, how they like Australia, how they like the museum they visited. So the age group of the people has been found in the presentation. We not only we didn't only the estimated, we also go for different age groups, that which age group is interested, why they come there, why they visited. So that 20 questions is best answered in different age groups. So the next one is the recommendations. So according to me, the questionnaire should be short so that people feel interested to answer. They can quickly answer the question. They should be of good value, good quality. And
so that's why we need a professional advice for that.
Yeah, right.
So that's gonna take time and cost.
So the communication skill is very important in this survey. If you don't have a good English, you can't ask the questions in a good way. Sometimes it's a double meaning, so people can't answer. They feel like uncomfortable to answer the questions. So the primary research method need to be used so that no basis of data take place. It should not be very professional. It should be simple, common questions that may have a quality that we can get a data from the responses. So the modes of social media, we must have an iPad with a multi like 4 questions. They can choose one. That's the most interesting way. That's like an entertainment as well, so that they can answer the questions in an interesting way. It should not be a pen and paper like answer this question. That's a bit boring. So
Thank you for
Watching
any
the
questions?
presentation.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching.
any questions for us?
Any questions, please?
Did you have dropouts also for your questionnaire? Like, were there some people who were answering and then stopped answering them and just left?
Yeah, some of the people do not understand the question as well, so we skipped that question and went to another. But most of the tourists, given the because it was not so complex, it was very simple to answer. So every tourist
But mostly
participated
the
in
problem
that.
we face is like when we go in a family, like mother, like dad, wife, they want to answer the question. They are more interested. But the other, like a single person or two, they just want to enjoy. They don't want to answer.
There was one
So,
kid. There was one kid was
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, daddy, they stop. Let's stop. What
Oh,
they
yeah.
have."
Yeah. That's a bit funny. Yeah, like they want to answer, but
They want to help, like,
Yeah.
like your children.
Yeah. Any questions?
Another question?
Which area did you prefer to choose for your survey?
Museum of Sydney.
Australia Museum.
That's
That close to the Darling House.
yeah, it's in the corner of on the
William Street.
William Street.
It is one of the oldest museum of
It
Sydney.
is the oldest
museum
museum
of
of
Australia.
Its
Australia.
original name was Colonial Museum. It was built in 1846 and was ended up in 1857.
Yeah, did you justify in your report like why you take that location as
Because why I want to answer that. The reason why we took that place is that it was very difficult for us to decide a place where we want to go. But when we did a little bit of research and we got to find Australian Museum is one of the oldest museum, and that was the best locality where we can all easily go. So we just go there, and that was a really busy place as well.
And we don't have
And it is
enough
one of the
time
oldest
for,
cultural site as
for
well.
making the questionnaire, so we already visited there, so we use that place to.
Who prepared the reference? Who prepared the reference? Look at the last one. What's the mistake in that reference? Is it right or wrong?
Does it have the chart now?
And the second one as well? And the third one as well?
So we'll correct it.
Because you already submitted your report, right? There is no way you can go back and correct. Now, recommendation like Sukhdev said, we have to choose the simple question. It has to be very plain English. Now, who chose the question?
So we
You or-
decided.
You or us?
This-
You or me?
Yeah. The 17 questions we had, to be very honest, we followed that 17 questions
Did I
same.
say that you need to follow my question? No, you choose your question and
No,
then you
sir, it's
become
not
a-
about the plain English. No.
It's not
You
it's
just,
like a sort of
you just
people
taking it. It's different.
It's
What?
a simple question.
No, no, it's simple
Who choose-
question, but
who choose the question?
if we come to recommendation, we just said that
Yeah.
if we did some professional seek or advice,
Right.
could make that questionnaire a bit better.
Yeah.
We're not saying that
We can
you-
go complex as by series, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in the starting, they should be like simple, so that people feel easy to answer. You know.
Yeah, so that means it was your responsibility which you didn't do.
No, it's just our responsibility, but for
How many
recommendation,
sample size? How many people you actually asked?
20p.
20 to 25.
No. When you say 25, there is 5.
Extra.
There's a 5 difference.
No, it's
it has
like-
to be very specific. That means you don't have the survey copy, right?
So because actually we ended up and
No, you don't have a survey copy.
Because we have tear up some
We
pages
also
as well,
go-
some people don't
you
want
have a
to.
survey copy. If you do the survey, you have those copies.
Yes, sir, we do have.
Then in that case, if you transfer those response into the Excel, you should know how many you transfer.
so actually we ended up at 5 o'clock. So they both I don't know they
I
both
didn't
go for
ask, I
2
said like,
yeah.
what's
Wait.
the specific sample size?
How many was like accurate people were
Yeah,
there?
because you said like 50% are male. So 50% of how many? If you said 15, that means 7.5 male. So.
So
if
we
it's
did
like-
consider 220 people, so we'll say we did 20 people. Yeah.
No.
I'm getting
How
you,
do-
sir.
then
Like,
how do you
yeah,
transfer? How do
yeah.
you transfer to the Excel diagram?
See, like, if
Did
we
you actually do the survey? Now I got a confusion. Anyway, then Sukhdev discussed about content analysis. Just go to that slide, please. Now, in this content, what did you find? Like, what's your ultimate findings from this analysis?
So it's like content analysis, like asking the questions, different types of questions
Yeah.
on the basis of the same place.
Yeah, what was the outcome? Like, what did you get?
So
You talk about, see, in the third one, you talk about main purpose.
yeah.
In the second one, you talk about overall communication. The first one, you said like making analysis. Now, what is your finding? Like, what did you get?
So finding is the previous the graphs that we get the response. It's like content analysis, like
But
asking different type of
The
questions.
previous one is Excel to graph, or Excel to pie chart, or Excel
Yeah.
to bar chart.
So that's
Yeah.
the
Now,
data
this is a
that we
separate
get.
analysis, which has got nothing to do with the previous.
So
one.
the third slide is like its main purpose. Third point is main purpose is to make the conversation of qualitative data. It's the qualitative data is the question that we asked. That's the measures, the numbers that the
What's
graph
the outcome? I said, what's the result?
What's the result of it?
What's the result?
result.
You tell me that this coffee in the morning, 11 degrees, very good. Now, what will happen after having that coffee? What's the result?
What did you get after?
What did we
see,
get?
he knows
yeah,
that.
we get like we should use this method
Don't-
for.
Don't write something you have no idea. That's
Yeah,
okay, Fazil,
we
you
use
have to
use
be-
this
Yeah,
for
so
data.
it
Yeah.
doesn't go that way. So, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir.